Hey guys, we are in the garage! A very messy garage, and this is kind of what it looks like when you're in this hobby. You lose control of your garage, and this garage was actually empty not too long ago. And anyway, why we're here today, I want to show you guys Domino Man! And this, if you've been following on my website, I acquired this game last winter, and it was an absolute mess. It was I guess in storage for a lot of years, and it was stored on its side, which actually sucks because mice were living inside of it, and because it was on its side, they were able to get into places that, well, mice normally wouldn't be able to get, and they were living in between the PCB board stack. Do you see that? That's mouse hair. That is some sick shit, huh? So that was all over the inside of the cabinet, and one entire side was coated in mouse hair and mud and dirt and mouse shit. I mean, it was the entire side of the cabinet. Everywhere, every corner, every nook, every cranny, and the game just didn't work, obviously, at all, and it was a disaster. And the monitor had a cracked neck board. The boards didn't work. Power supply didn't work. And the cabinet was just dirty and scuffed up and nicked up overall. And I just got done restoring it, and here it is. And I'm pretty proud of it, actually. And what I did is, the side art is original. And no one's making reproduction side art for this. So I had to save the side art. So what I did was I masked it off. And by the way, if you go to johnsarcade.com, I'll have a complete photo gallery of my restoration. But what I did is I masked this off, and I painted all the black. I used a Rust-Oleum satin black, which is typically what I use for black stuff. And I took the whole game apart. I redid the coin door. I repainted that. And I actually, this is the original control panel overlay. I have a new one coming. Actually, at GameStencils.com, Proc has a supply of these, actually for 40 bucks. So I just ordered a brand new silkscreen reproduction control panel overlay that's coming soon. But anyway, overall, you can see the fruits of my labor here, and I have to say, I think it turned out pretty good. Now, what I did on the boards back here, let me show you. This is your typical MCR board stack. It's 3 boards. It's actually the same board stack as Tron and Satan's Hollow and a bunch of other games. This is, I believe, an MCR2. So I believe Tron, Satan's Hollow, and Domino Man are all pretty much the same board. You can just interchange the ROMs. And what I did was I bought a couple of non-working boards, and I got lucky. I cleaned all the cables, the edge connectors, and I reflowed the header pins, and I swapped out parts. I cleaned all the ROMs, I checked all the ROMs, and I got it working. So I got lucky there. I did put a new original MCR power supply in the game. Not really a big fan of the switchers. I don't like to hum. And I just cleaned up the whole thing, and I had to really just clean everywhere and everything. So anyway, this is Domino Man. It's actually a pretty rare game, and it was made by Marvin Glass, who also did Tapper and Timber, and it also features the same mustachioed character. So you can see that's the same bartender in Tapper and one of the lumberjacks in Timber. And what's interesting in this game, actually, there's a dip switch setting to have Caucasian or African American characters. And I guess I haven't tried the African American characters, but I guess if you did, you probably would get the black Timber guy. So anyway, let me show you how the game plays. Let me get a tripod, set it up, and we'll show you Domino Man. Okay, so we got the tripod set up, and this is it, Domino Man, a little track screen here. Let me coin it up, and I'll kind of show you how this works. Oh, by the way, check this out. Isn't this cool? It's got these vacuum-formed dominoes on the front. And it's actually pretty hard to find a game with these kind of still intact. And mine's a little beat up, but this is something that cannot be replaced. There's no reproduction. And I still have a little work to do in the coin door. It's all hacked up. But the server switch here works, so let me put a credit in. Okay, so it says here, place feet near black dot to set up the dominoes. And move joystick to run. So basically the object of the game here is to lay dominoes on all these dots. And at the same time, you're being chased by pedestrians and this bee, which you can swat. And see this guy here? He's gonna knock my dominoes over. And if the last domino over here gets knocked down, then you lose the level. So let's see if I can quickly finish this stage. Alright, so we finished the first level. We stacked up all of our dominoes. And now it's going to say, do you want to push them over or do you want to risk it and go for a higher bonus? So now we're on the next level. I'm going to risk it. And what's going to happen here is if these get knocked over, it's going to knock them all the way over to the previous screen, and I'll lose my bonus for each domino. So this is really risky what I'm doing, but I'm going to take a chance here. Okay, so now see if you get 200 points per domino. On each screen, the bonus goes up. So I'm going to say, let's take it. Let's take the bonus now. So we're pushing it. And it's almost like a gambling game in a way. It's like you're just kind of like, you know, do we want to press our luck and go to the next level? So now the bonus is back to 100 because I pushed the dominoes over. And, let me swat that guy. And essentially, this is the whole game. And it's pretty challenging. You could swat the bully here. And by the way, you cannot swat unless you stop moving. If you're moving, he will not swap. Swat. Alright, so let's get this. So the game's a kind of a bitch, really. And I just got it going last night, so I haven't had much experience with the game yet, practicing it. Alright, so also this clock right here, when he gets to the other side, that's essentially the timer. He's going around the level, and so when he gets to the end, god damn it. Alright. The game's irritating, isn't it? Come on. So my last domino fell and I died. Alright, can we finish it? And it plays this kind of ragtime Scott Joplin type song throughout the whole thing. So if you're into that, you'll like it. This game doesn't really get a lot of love, but I had to have it. I'm just kind of fond of these MCR games, in particular the ones that Marvin Glass did, because Marvin Glass is a famous toy and game designer, and he just made some cool stuff. Alright, so is my game over? Alright, let me end the game. I want to show you another feature here. Alright, so when the game ends, you are greeted with a poem, a random poem after each game, depending on how well you did. So roses are red, or even vermilion. You got 176, now go for a million, Domino Man. So you get a random poem after every game, which is kind of cute. So anyway, there you have it, and there's the high score save. Actually, the one thing I need to do right now is put the a battery on the MCR power supply, so it will save high scores. But anyway, there you guys have it. That is Domino Man, and by the way, there's no question that's Chicago, and Marvin Glass was, and Bally were also in Chicago. So anyway, there you have it, Domino Man by Bally Midway, and that's from 1982, and that is an MCR game featuring the mustache guy from Tapper and Timber. There he goes, guys. We'll see you later.